Now, as per the report, which of course indicated or was showing us the NEV registrations insurance for China in the previous week, you already know, or most of you, I'm sure that you have picked up that the total NEV registration for last week declined from the total NEV registrations of the last week of December, which is something that must just show you that, of course, the numbers of the NEV registrations in China are going down generally, which is because on that report, ladies and gents, we of course saw that from the first week of January, total NEV registrations were around 77,000, which were lower, or which was a decrease from the 163,000 NEV registration from the final week of December. Now, this is something that obviously led into many EV cars or EV companies not reporting that high figures when it comes to, of course, the NEV registrations for the previous week. This is something that, of course, yesterday I did a video about, showing you that even a company like Nio, we saw it, of course, thrashing Tesla in the first week when we look at these NEV insurance registrations. Now, ladies and gents, you know that the CEO of Nio had already said that, of course, the supply chain constraints are expected to come to an end, or to at least have an impact on their deliveries at the end of the Q1 of 2023. Now, today, ladies and gents, we read the news coming from Deutsche Bank, also sort of like agreeing with what the Nio CEO said, and they are indicating, or what they said is that they are foreseeing, of course, the NEV insurance or the deliveries from China declining or decreasing from the first quarter or in the Q1 of 2023. But their good thing is that, ladies and gentlemen, they're expecting this, or they're expecting the situation to improve from the Q2 of 2023 going onwards. In fact, they are still believing that this year, for the total NEV deliveries, they are projecting that for 2023 we can see a 30% increase from the deliveries that we saw last year in 2022, which is something that must just show you that overall they are still expecting to see some good growth when it comes to the sales, or in the EV sales, which is something that obviously is a positive thing or a good thing. But before we dig deep into this video, you know that this video is just an entertainment video, and of course, if you do enjoy this content that I'm giving you about the deliveries that we are to expect this year, you already know that you need to obviously subscribe. That's if you have not subscribed to the channel already, and make sure that you hit that notification bell so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. So as I've said, the Nio team or Deutsche Bank came out with, or did a report showing that obviously they are expecting the NEV sales or the NEV deliveries for the Q1 to decline between 25 to 30%. And this is something that already we have seen from the NEV insurance registrations that were published yesterday, as I've said, for the first week of January, which of course showed that, of course, the total NEV sales or the total insurance registration for the first week were around 77,000, down from the 163,000 we saw in the last week of December, which is something that must just show you that what Deutsche Bank is saying, it's something that might be true, especially looking at the fact that, of course, the trend that, of course, we saw from the report showing the insurance or the NEV insurance registration in China for the first week of Jan. Now, Edison News team believes that, of course, the total NEV sales for the year will still grow by around 30%, which obviously means that they said that now the total NEV sales for the year 2023, Deutsche Bank believes that we are going to see a 30% increase from the NEV sales, or compared to the NEV sales of 2022. In fact, they say that in China they foresee, of course, 7.4 million sales, which obviously will be higher than the NEV sales we saw in China in 2022. Now, they also indicated that we are going to see 1 million exports going outside of China, or 1 million NEF sales being exports going outside of China, which is something that is incredible and something that is great, because for a stock like Nio, you will know that obviously Nio is not a company that is only selling their cars in China, or at least most or some of the EV manufacturers in China or EV producers in China. Not only are they selling their cars in China, but they are also trying to also sell their cars outside of China. And like I said, our favorite stock, Nio, you will know by now that they are selling their cars already into 5 destinations outside of China, and we are seeing some good growth, as last year only we saw Nio, of course, reporting over 1,200 sales outside of China, which is something that is that should be considered as a good thing, as ladies and gents, it means that not only is Nio competitive in China but also outside of China. And you will know that the reason why it was like this, ladies and gents, is because I think from January to September they were only selling their cars in Norway, and now from October, November, they started selling into 4 other European destinations. And this year still they are expecting to continue expand and sell their cars into 4, 5 new European destination, which, guess what, is going to definitely increase the sales that we might see in 2023 of Nio outside of China, which is something that is incredible. I personally believe that we can easily see Nio selling over around 5,000 EVs this year outside of China, or we can see Nio doing sales of around 5,000 outside of China, which will be something that is really amazing and something that will show some good growth, because Nio, you will know that obviously they are introducing many models also this year with the latest technology called the NT 2.0 platform, and this, ladies and gents, is definitely going to boost their sales, is going to encourage or bring in more consumers into wanting to come and buy the Nio cars, because you know that not only are the Nio cars beautiful, but they also come with some top-notch technology. So I definitely think that they will do well. In fact, Mizuho analyst from Mizuho Securities has already indicated that, and that was 2 years ago, that they believe that in the long term 30% of Nio's total revenues will come outside of China, which is something that I personally believe that we are definitely going to see that happening, as Nio, or even if you have to check in the streets of social media, you will notice that not only are they loved in China, but they are also loved, or it's a company that its models are also loved outside of China, which is something that must just show you that Nio will also do well outside of China. So yes, in total, Deutsche Bank believes that we might see total NEF sales going to around 8.5 million in the year 2023, which obviously is a 30% increase, or we will be a 30% increase from the total NEF sales for the year 2022. So this is something that must just show you that obviously companies like Nio are expected to do very well, and especially with Nio, the CEO has, like I said in the beginning of this video, has already indicated or showed us, or at the end of December during an interview said that obviously supply chain constraints is expecting them to end around the first quarter of this year, meaning that from the second quarter we can expect Nio to deliver some good delivery numbers, which is something that is incredible and something that obviously makes me to be really excited, because even all their internal issues which they have, you already know that the Nio CEO already wrote a letter to his employees making sure that they try to address the issues they had last year, which maybe resulted in them not delivering as many vehicles as they want, and which is something that obviously makes me to be hopeful into 2023. Otherwise, with all that, guys, I just thought I should just give you this quick update. If you enjoy this video, don't forget to hit the like button, comment and subscribe. And once you subscribe, don't forget to hit or click that notification bell so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey, and God bless you all.